So this song is called Quite Early Morning, and the last part of each verse is repeats. So if you want to join in, you can.
No teleprompter, so you got to pay attention.
They say it's darkest before the dawn. It's these words keep you moving on. If we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. If we could heed these early warnings, the time is now, quite early morning. Some say mankind won't long endure. Well, what makes them so doggone sure? I know that you hear my singing and make those freedom bells go ringing. I know that you hear my singing and make those freedom bells go ringing. So keep on while we live, while we still have more to give. And when these fingers can strum no longer, we'll hand this guitar to someone stronger. And when these fingers can strum no longer, we'll hand this guitar to someone stronger. Though it's darkest before the dawn, and these words keep us moving on through all this world of joy and sorrow. We still can have singing tomorrow. Through all this world of joy and sorrow, we still can have singing tomorrow. Good old Pete Seeger. Well, Pete didn't write this next song. He found it. Like all musicologists and music historians do. He put it to music, and it became a very popular song. And we love singing this at senior centers. This is about old people. There's a few old people in the audience tonight. And if you're not old yet, you will be soon enough. So
This is up to D.
it's inevitable. Oh, we're going to D, that's right.
But all I can say is, come on in, the water's fine.
It's called How Do I Know My Get Up Is Gone? I don't know, how do I know my
Youth is all
youth is all gone when my get up and go has got up and went? Oh, wait a minute, how do you say it again? I'll have to
My
sing.
youth is all spent.
I know who you are now. You spoke. Good to see you. You've changed since the last time I saw you. Your voice hasn't, though. Are you doing
You
some
mean he's
singing?
gotten older? Is that?
What's that? How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin when I think of the places my get up has been. Old age is golden, I think I've heard said. Sometimes I wonder as I crawl into bed. My ears in the drawer, my teeth in a cup, my eyes on the table until I wake up. As sleep dims my vision, I say to myself, is there anything more I could lay on the shelf? Nations are warring and business is vexed. I'll stick around to see what happens next. How do I know my youth is all spent? I get up and go as got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin when I think of the places my get up has been. When I was young, my slippers were red. I could kick up my heels right over my head. I got a little bit older, my slippers were blue, and I I could still dance the whole night through. Now I'm old, my slippers are black. I huff to the store and I puff my way back. Never you mind, I don't mind at all. I'd rather be huffing than not puff at all. How do I know my youth is all spent? My get up and go has got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin when I think of the places my get up has been. I get up each morning, dust off my wits, open the paper, I read the obits. If I'm not there, I know I'm not dead. I eat a good breakfast, then go back to bed. How do I know my youth is all spent? I get up and go as got up and went. In spite of it all, I'm able to grin when I think of the places my get up has been. When I think of the places my get up has been.
Do you know that song that goes, I just don't look good naked anymore?
Oh, that's a relatively new one, isn't it? It's I can't remember who. I should know.
We
Somebody told me.
should know that one, but we don't. We really should. But we know a cowboy song.
It's true.
And it's a sing-along, too. An old cowboy went riding down one bright and windy day. Up on a ridge he rested as he went along his way. Then all at once a mighty herd of red-eyed cows he saw, plowing through the ragged skies and up a cloudy draw. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, those riders in the sky. Their brands were still on fire and their hoofs were made of steel. Their horns were black and shiny and their hot breath they could feel. A bolt of fear went through him as they thundered through the sky. For he saw the riders coming on, and he heard their mortal cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, those riders in the sky. Their faces gone, their eyes were blurred, their shirts also would sweat. They were trying hard to catch that herd, but they ain't caught 'em yet. For they have to ride forever on that range up in the sky, on horses snorting fire as they ride on, hear their cry. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, those riders in the sky. As the riders loped on by him, he heard one call out his name. If you want to save your soul from hell, ride on our range. Then cowboy, change your ways today, or with us you will ride. Trying to catch the devil's herd across these endless skies. Rawhide! Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, those riders in the sky. Yippee-yi-yi, yippee-yi-oh, those riders in the sky. I heard some nice harmonies there, people singing along. Back in the late 60s, I got turned on to some music from England, Sandy Denny and Fairport Convention. And I went, wow. I've been listening to soul music and Paul Revere and the Raiders and everything imaginable in between, and folk music. And I like this stuff. This is cool stuff. And lo and behold, Sandy Denny wrote this wonderful song that she didn't live long enough to really benefit from it, but Judy Collins did. And Judy Collins is singing it today. Who knows where the time goes? Is that the right key?
It is.
Across the evening sky, all the birds are leaving. How do they know it's time for them to go? I will still be dreaming. I do not count the time. Who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time goes? Sad deserted shore, your fickle friends are leaving. Ah, but then they know it's time for them to go. I will still be here. I have no thought of leaving. Do not count the time. Who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time goes? Where the time goes, who knows where alone. While my love is near me, no, it will be so till it's time to go. Like the storms of winter, birds again in springtime. I have no fear of time. So who knows where the time goes? Who knows where the time goes? Wow. We never did that song that way before.
And it's been captured,
That's scary.
digitized for eternity,
That's scary.
or disc failure, or whatever.
We better do something a little more upbeat. This whole group's gonna go to sleep on us.
Nah, they're caffeinated. They'll be okay.
Well, in the 50s, down in San Francisco, along comes this man. What was his name?
Jesse Fuller.
Jesse Fuller. He played the 12-string guitar. He had a harmonica and a kazoo hung on around his neck. And with his feet, he played a bass. He had an invention called a fadilla. It was basically a stand-up bass that was mounted and 4 pedals that he could hit, so he would hit the strings so he could play the bass. And he had one song that nobody else had that continues to live on today, called San Francisco Bay Blues. I got the blues when my baby left me by San Francisco Bay. Ocean liner's gone far away. Didn't mean to treat her bad. She was the best gal I ever had. She made me cry, she said goodbye. Gonna lay down my head and die. Well, I ain't got a nickel and I ain't got a lousy dime. She don't come back, think I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, you know, if she ever comes back to stay, it's gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by San Francisco Bay. Sitting down looking out my back door, wondering which way to go. Girl, I'm so crazy about her, she don't love me no more. Guess I'll take me a freight train, cause I'm feeling blue. Ride all the way to the end of the line, thinking only of you. Meanwhile in another city, just about to go insane. Thought I heard my baby call the way she used to call my name. You know, if she ever comes back to stay, gonna be another brand new day. Walking with my baby down by San Francisco Bay. Walking with my baby down by San Francisco Bay. Or something like that.
Brought him to the Newport Folk Festival in '64, a big folk festival in Newport, Rhode Island. And chances are, on account of that, you know, he was recorded on the Vanguard Folk Festival, and I bet you can find some YouTubes on him. There's probably some footage someplace. In fact, when the Seattle Folklore Society was in its infancy, they brought him here in 1968. Got to see him.
We got to do another song with a kazoo in it.
There you go. More marvelous minstrel, poor boy Dixieland here. Jack Teagarden there on his slide trombone.
Now in the 60s, along came the Lovin' Spoonful, who played a different brand of music. It was kind of folky, it was kind of jazzy, it was kind of jug band style. And we all fell in love with it, right? What a day for a daydream. What a day for daydreaming, boy. I've been lost in a daydream, dreaming about my bundle of joy. Even if time ain't really on my side, it's one of those days for taking a walk outside. It's one of those days for taking a walk in the sun. Fall in my face on somebody's new mowed lawn. I've been having a sweet dream ever since I woke up today, starring me and my sweet dream. She's the one that makes me feel this way.
That's jazz.
When I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to play the drums, and my father said, "No, you already make too much noise." Had I had a kazoo, I think he would have killed me.
Especially if you'd figured out how to amplify it.
We could do one more with a kazoo. All of us, or like whenever a new album would come out, we go, "Oh, look at this one, look at that one." I mean, no, but everybody didn't get to hear them all, unless you had a friend that knew everything. Somebody like Doug, who just was constantly listening. I had a friend like that, and he said, "Oh, you got to hear Dave Van Ronk." I said, "Who's Dave Van Ronk?" "Well, he's got a street named after him in New York City." I said, "What did he do?" And he said, "Well, he just sang folk songs, and he did this song that came from the Mississippi Mud Jug Band. What are they called? Mississippi Jug Stompers? Was that what they were called?
The old Mississippi Sheiks, or is that another one?
No,
that was
different
one of the old original ones. 20s, 30s.
Anyway, they did this song called, he did a song called Stealin', which is the first time I heard it, and then, of course, it was done by Jim Kweskin and many other jug bands and people, so. Well, I'll do the intro here even. Well, put your arms around me, baby, like a circle around the sun. You know I love you, mama, till this easy ride is done. You don't believe I love you, look be loving, she be just my size and height. A married woman gonna treat you right. You don't believe I love you, look at the pool I've been. You don't believe I'm sinking, look at the hole I'm in. Stealing, pretty mama, don't you tell on me. I'm stealing back to that same old used to be.
Was here. He did what I consider the last good Bumbershoot in 1998, and he told this fascinating story about the folk revival in Greenwich Village in the 60s. And amazing as it would seem to us, the folk singers would alternate with the beatnik poets, and the beatnik poets, because they were so weird and outlandish, were the ones who drew the crowds, and the club owners just used the folk singers to turn the house over. And so one time Tom Paxton sent a telegram to Van Ronk, and he signed it, "Turn Over Tom." Now we don't remember any of those beatnik poets, and we remember Tom Paxton very well.
Doug is in a band called Filet Gumbo. They play New Orleans style, Cajun, Zydeco.
A lot of 50s New Orleans rhythm and blues, and as much Dixieland as I can get away with.
Now, he doesn't have his accordion with him, but he can pretend his chromatic harmonica is an accordion. But we'll play a little accordion song. Maybe. Get in line, I'll get full, honey. You get in line, I'll get full, baby. You get in line, I'll get full, going down to Crawdad, oh honey, you baby mine. Well, what you gonna use for Crawdad, baby, honey? What you gonna use for Crawdad, baby?
Caviar, huh?
What you gonna use for Crawdad, baby? An old tennis shoe and a roller skate, honey, baby, be mine.
Might work.
You get in line, I'll get a full, honey. You get in line, I'll get a full, baby. You get in line, I'll get full. Go on down to the Crawdad, oh honey, oh baby. Take it away. Well, what the duck said to the drake, honey. What the duck said to the drake, baby. What the duck said to the drake, you can have all crawdads in this lake, honey, baby, be mine. So you get in line, I'll get full, honey. You get in line, I'll get full, baby. You get in line, I'll get full, walk on down to the crawdad, oh, honey, baby, be mine. Now, what's your verse now?
Well, what you gonna do when drink dry, honey? Well, what you gonna do when drink runs dry, baby? What you gonna do when lake runs dry? Sit on the bank, watch crawdads die, honey, oh baby mine.
So you get in line, I'll get full, honey. You get in line, I'll get full, baby. You get in line, I'll get full. Go on down to the crawdad, oh honey, oh baby, be mine. Well, did it sound like an accordion?
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, see, what I do is
A whole lot easier to carry around.
accordion, for me, the accordion and the chromatic harmonica are both Dixieland instruments, and so I use the clarinet setting on the accordion. And when I'm playing New Orleans rock and roll, I use something that kind of simulates a tenor saxophone, like all of our rock and roll heroes used to play. So I guess I set out to be a preservationist, but I guess I'm an innovator in spite of myself.
This next song came from the 1930s. Some people consider this one of the greatest songs ever written. I can't remember who wrote it, though. Bing Crosby made it famous. Lots of other people sang it. A minor?
Could be. You usually do it in...
You want it in B?
You usually bring it up, but...
I can do it in B minor. I teach singing to school kids. I'm constantly doing vocal exercises. I can sing in any key, if you give me time to practice.
Yeah, he doesn't have a button, so he has to adjust his right here so he can sing in any key.
They used to tell me I was building a dream, so I followed the mob. Wherever there were guns to bear or fields to plow, I was always right there on the job. They used to tell me I was building a dream, peace and glory ahead. Why am I standing here now, waiting in line just for bread? Once I built a railroad, I made it run. I made it run against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once I built a railroad, I made it run. I made it run against time. Once I built a railroad, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a dime? Once in khaki suits, oh gee, we look swell, full of that Yankee doodly-dum. 500,000 pairs of boots, we were slogging through hell. I was the kid with the drum. Say, don't you remember? You called me out. It was Al all the time. Say, don't you remember? I was your pal. Brother, can you spare a dime? That's a fun one. Okay.
At least, especially if you don't have to live it, right?
We started singing this next song at Christmas time. See what you want.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Okay.
It's kind of a song about miracles. Or things happening that aren't supposed to happen. You gonna tune up? Oh, your cape on, okay. The last time we sang it, I forgot to put my capo on and we sang it too low, so we got it right this time. It's in E flat. Is that right?
That's right. It is.
Doug has perfect hearing. He can hear every single thing. He knows what I'm doing wrong. He knows what I'm doing right. He doesn't tell me.
You have perfect pitch too. Mariners still don't want me.
I peeked in to say goodnight, and I saw my child in prayer, and for me some scarlet ribbons for her hair. And all the stores were closed and shuttered, all the streets were dark and bare. In our town, no scarlet ribbons for her hair. Through the night my heart was aching, just before the dawn was breaking. I peeked in and on her bed, gray profusions lying there. Lovely ribbons, scarlet ribbons for her hair. If I live to be 100, I will never know from where came those lovely scarlet ribbons for her hair. Thank you. That's a nice song. We like that song. How about the last thing I had on my mind was Tom Paxton. You
Turn
talk
over
about
Tom.
Tom Paxton. A lot of people sing this song, and the Tom Paxton, when he played it in G sharp. Excuse me. G sharp? You gotta be kidding me. That's what this mighty capo is all about.
That's right. Simple piece of analog technology.
This is a really good sing-along. Everybody knows this one, right? No?
You're as old as we are.
It's a lesson too late for the learning. Made of sand. In a wink of an eye, my soul is turning. In your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. That was the last thing on my mind. You've got reasons aplenty to be going. This I know, for the weeds have been steadily growing. Please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, didn't mean to be unkind. That was the last thing on my mind. Take a break. last thing on my mind. That was the last thing on my mind. We're gonna do one more song. We're gonna give you a nice little lullaby to take home with you. Anybody here ever rode the trains? We got. Oh, you did? Like hobo style, like hop on the freights? Oh, you mean the passenger?
Safe, huh?
I was talking about
Risk-averse people. Yeah.
I was talking. The person I know that's done that is Tom Rawson. Anybody here know Tom Rawson? He's been a hobo. He's hopped on freight trains and ridden all over the place. He probably will tell you a story about it.
How'd you get off? Did you just? There you go.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
That's why she's still with us.
We want to go back to D. Did I mess you up?
I don't let anybody mess me up. Not even you. Oh, I just messed myself up. No one to blame but moi. Failure to understand simple technology. There we go. Ooh.
Well, we really appreciate you all coming out here tonight.
We certainly
making this
do.
a fun event for us because we had no idea. You know, it's the first time we've done the Couth Buzzard, so we said, "Oh my God, what if nobody shows up? What are we going to do?" Let's hear it for the audience.
You gotta have people singing those choruses, you know.
I heard Stu was a little upset. He said, "People aren't coming to events," and I said, "Well, this is pretty good turnout. What is he talking about?" Oh, go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. I know your clothes are torn and tattered, and your hair is turning gray. So lift your head and smile at trouble. You'll find peace and rest someday. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. Well, don't you worry about tomorrow. Let tomorrow come and go. Tonight you're in a nice warm boxcar, safe from all the wind and snow. So go to sleep, you weary hobo.
Let the towns go drifting by.
Let the towns go slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's the hobo's lullaby. I know police, they cause you trouble. They cause trouble everywhere. But when you die and go to heaven, there'll be no policeman there. So go to sleep, you weary hobo. Let the town drift slowly by. Can't you hear the steel rails humming? That's a hobo's lullaby. That's a hobo's lullaby.
Thank you, music lovers.
Thank you very much. I left a card up here if anybody wants a card. We're available for private parties, you know, bar mitzvahs, whatever.
Hoot nannies.
Hoot nannies.
Give it an old time
Sing-alongs,
too.
house concerts, backyard concerts, and Anyway, we're into doing this. We're doing some senior centers, and this is our first actual
public debut. Yeah.
Place where, and you all came and you made it really fantastic for us. So thank you very much.
Look for us on YouTube.
Yeah,
If it
Marvelous
works.
Minstrel Boys.